this week. It's kind of been a three-man show with O'Rourke getting a lot of the work. Of course, Pinizzato, the lefty, we saw her earlier in this tournament, and Reagan Bills getting the start.
Yeah, O'Rourke is typically considered their ace. She's thrown 8 innings, but they're going to start this game with Bills. And again, both these teams are trying to get into bracket play tomorrow. And we expect this to be a good game. Here's a look at the Philippines batting order. Again, it is a batting order. They send a lot of people up to the plate. And yesterday they all got the job done.
Well, and I'm looking at Barlita in that 3-hole for the Philippines. She's batting over 800 in this World Series, leading the squad with 5 hits. Top of the lineup was, to your point, solid yesterday in their win.
They will send 14 to the plate. Their leadoff batter, Audrey Colleen Matarong. Matarong stepping in against Reagan Bills. Winner of this game goes to 3-1 in pool play. We start bracket play tomorrow. Well, John Ignacio is our home plate umpire and also has the distinction of being our singing umpire. He's done the national anthem this week. A couple of balls to start the game.
Reagan Bills trying to find the strike zone. This is her first start of the World Series, and so a clean start, getting the nerves out, just trying to find the strike zone, get yourself in a rhythm as fast as you can.
Bills comes back with the strike of the 3-0 pitch. It's a Philippines team here. Most of these players were on the team that was here last year. It's fun to see them a year older, just how much better they are. They are definitely one of the favorites. Grounder over to shortstop. Roberts makes the play, throws to first. Got her just barely. Nice play by Bryn Roberts.
Well, we just talked about how this is the first start for Bills in the circle for Pennsylvania, and this is how you have her back defensively. A little backhand. This is a long throw across the diamond for Roberts. She made that look so easy. That's a huge first out to kind of let Bills settle in.
And here this first game of the morning, the back of that infield's still a little wet. She negotiated that well. There's a base hit into right field by Jewel Miles Behar. And so the Philippines with one on here in the top of the first. This is a 7-inning game. This Philippines team all live together, go to the same school. So they are with each other year-round for the most part. Barlita, the batter, showing bunt, pulls it back. Kinsey, you did such a good job yesterday just describing what makes Philippines so good. Every team has a certain way they play. That is hit out into center field, but right at Bop.
Well, last season, you and I sat in this booth and called a lot of these Philippines little leaguers, and we've seen them now grow from last season to this season. And what I'm seeing, it's the difference in power. I still don't think they're a team that's gonna, extra base hit you to death, but they are going to get those singles. They're gonna have solid swings using the dirt. Of course, we know they're gonna use the short game. They are masters at a bunt in any situation with 2 outs, with 2 strikes. They are so confident and comfortable using that short game, but it's been fun to see the emergence a little bit of their offense. It's been fun to watch.
Palmera up to bat. She's the catcher. She and Tamba are probably, to me, the most entertaining catcher combo. Just big personalities.
Palmera, I mean, she is toes almost over the chalk right now.
They are over.
Yeah.
The front foot.
Yeah, that's... She could get herself called out there. Have to have both feet inside the chalk.
Should I not have said anything?
No, I mean, we're looking at it, right? We're looking at it.
Should I have held that information back? Yeah, I have a great view of that box right above it. Now she's back.
Yeah, it's a little better there.
Yeah. Runner going, throw down to second. Not in time. So Behar. Oh, wait a minute. There's a strikeout. Sorry. It's like, wait a minute. She wasn't out.
There's an out somewhere.
Yeah, that was the third strike. So good job.
Competitor. She's going to rack up the strikeout. She's going to pump the strike zone. And so we were talking about this matchup yesterday between Faith Tamba and the Philippines against Canada, and Canada was just a little bit too patient early in the game. They didn't really open up their swing until later, and if you're not going to swing early in the count, well, what is Faith Tamba going to do? She's going to pump the strikes, and then you're going to quickly be 0-2, and that's exactly where she wants to be.
And she is going to face one of the best names here in this Junior League World Series, Cameron Sticks Mash. Cam Mash up to bat. They've got some good names on this Pennsylvania team. Remember, Pennsylvania last year won the Little League Softball World Series in Greenville, North Carolina. Some of those players have moved up to Junior League this year. Cam already a first-team all-conference high school player as a sophomore this year.
I am starting an all-name team. I'm writing it down right now.
Okay.
Yeah. We've got Heavenly Santiago for Puerto Rico, Lily Lubbers, of course, Jersey Bop, and Cam Mash. Like, we have got to have an all-name team.
They're on the same team.
Yeah, these names are phenomenal.
Tamba, to me, Kenzie, she doesn't seem to get tired. I mean, I think we might take her for granted a little bit. I mean, what endurance she has.
I was a little surprised when we got the lineup coming in to the booth and saw that she was getting the start. I mean, I was surprised, but I wasn't surprised because pitching 4 days in a row, I mean, that's a lot.
Foul back by Mash. When you see the team line up like we see before we come on the air when they're doing the national anthem, Tamba is, I think, first of all, taller than I thought. And secondly, you see her physique and you say that's an athlete. I mean, she is incredibly fit. One-two pitch, popped up into right field. And the catch made by Sirocco. Both of these teams outstanding defensively. So we expect a pretty clean game from that standpoint. Yeah, I'd like a Tamba Cam because she is just so interesting to watch in the circle. Not just when she pitches, just all the mannerisms she goes through, her facial expressions, the little ha she screams out before each pitch. The pitch, Bryn Roberts, the batter.
Well, you read all of the surveys from the players and the coaches and the managers, and reading the surveys from the Philippines, the one consistent was, who is the leader on your team? Who is the most consistent player? And all of them answered Faith Tamba. She is, without a doubt, the leader for this Philippines team.
Roberts going after that, 0-2. Roberts comes from a baseball family. Her dad played in the Dodgers and Tigers organization. Uncle played for the Diamondbacks. Her brothers reached multiple World Series baseball events in Little League. If you're Pennsylvania and you know you're going to face Tamba, is there a scouting report? I mean, how would you tell your team to approach their at-bats?
I would say you better get your swing off on the first or second pitch, and you can go to every at-bat and you can change pitch to pitch, but have a plan on which side of the plate you're sitting on. So if you're watching your teammate take pitches on the outer half, well, then I'm going to sit outer half, and I'm going to be ready to swing on the first or second pitch, looking for a pitch away.
There was the pitch away. It was fun watching Tamba and her catcher Palmera yesterday, because a lot of times Palmera will set up outside the strike zone, and Tamba hits it everywhere everywhere her glove is. That's where Tamba seems to hit. 1-2 the count to Roberts. 1 out. And check swing.
One thing that we haven't seen much from Faith Tamba is an off-speed pitch. That's, to me, just watching her and knowing what she's capable of, that's her next step. Have to have something that you can slow down, because right now I would use it.
In a perfect world at this level, Kenzie, let's say you have the off speed and you start the game. When would you bring the off speed out? Because obviously you don't want to use it too early.
Right, only when you need it. So right now, when there's been multiple foul balls and the at bat is getting longer, because the more that you're showing your stuff to a hitter, it's going to be advantage to the hitter. So right now you want to bring in something that they haven't seen, and that would be a changeup.
Grounder, Matarong makes the play, 2 down. So a fly out to right, a grounder to short. And now Olivia O'Rourke, who is probably their version of Faith Tamba in the circle, but she's not getting the start today. O'Rourke coming up to bat. O'Rourke's done a great job at the plate, though, 4 of 9 this week.
Ooh, that was a hack. I like it. Good aggressive mentality. And always as a pitcher, when you see a hitter foul a ball straight back, my ears kind of perk up a little bit, like, oh, she just missed that. Let's do a quick recalibration of where that pitch was. Did I miss, or was she hunting something that I need to switch up?
O'Rourke hit 2 over the fence home runs in their regional tournament in the same game. So she's got home run power, chases that.
And this is exactly how you want to do it. You expand the zone quickly, and so you can see where that pitch was. It's nowhere near the strike zone, but because of what O'Rourke showed Tamba in that first pitch with a really big aggressive swing, it opens up your strike zone as a pitcher.
0-2 pitch, Tamba looking for her first strikeout of the game. O'Rourke wearing number 12 in the World Series. With the back of her batting helmet, you see the 00. That's her normal number, and she said she wears the 00 because her initials are Olivia O'Rourke. OO, I like that. Tamba records her first strikeout. Spay. We're in Kirkland, Washington, which is the elite host of this Junior League Softball World Series. We're just getting started in our first game of the morning. And Philippines and Pennsylvania scoreless through an inning. Pennsylvania coming back up to bat at the top of the second. That's the outfield, that little hill out there. It's getting more and more popular as the week progresses. People just bypassing the bleachers, heading straight out there. And it is Faith Tamba facing Reagan Bills, a pitcher v. pitcher matchup here. Tamba has done a good job at the plate as well this week. 4 of 7. And that's hit sharply to Roberts. And Roberts off one hop makes the throw.
That was a little off-speed pitch from Reagan Bills. You could see where Faith Tamba, she was way out in front, and nice, easy work for Roberts at short.
Jolie Fab Diaz, the batter, coming up now. Diaz, a player that we saw here last year as well. Her brother was in the Little League World Series representing Philippines. It's quite a long list of legacy players, family members that played Little League and just passed that down from generation to generation. That is going to tail off, foul. Quite get over there and make the grab. You don't have a lot of room to work with over there. Pinizzotto was playing a little back. That was a long run. It's 200 down the left field, right field line. Diaz waited on that pitch. Roberts is in the hole, but is not going to be able to get Diaz out. So that's a single for Diaz in a perfect spot. Slow roller.
Almost the exact same hit that we saw from Faith Tamba out in front on the changeup, but Diaz just pulled enough of it to get it deep in the hole where Roberts, even with her strong arm, no chance.
Roberts, shortstop. Her dad, Rick, is the manager of this team. Here's Intera. Chantal Intera pops that up. That's in a tough spot. It gets down. Runner had to hold, and they got her. The slide slowed her down, and the throw got theirs.
Wow. You can see how deep Scott is out in left field. I mean, that's really deep, so she's having to run a long way. But because of how far she had to run and you don't know if it's going to fall, Diaz had to hold a little bit too much. Maybe should have had, obviously, a larger lead. But what a play, a lead out, a little force out from left field.
You know, it was interesting. When she went into the slide, it was almost like she was sliding in mud. She slowed down. I think she was looking good to beat the throw. Grounder over to second. The underhand put out by Cam Mash. So just great defense so far in this game between these two teams. Or playlittleleague.org. Enter your address to find a Little League community near you. It's what makes Little League so special. These are community teams, and they make their way through various postseason tournaments, ending up in a regional tournament, and you win your regional tournament, you're in the World Series. 10 teams from around the world here. Philippines versus Pennsylvania in this one. Addie Hines up to bat facing Tamba. And what do you think about the nickname with Hines? Because Ketchup is her nickname. So do we put her on the all-name team?
Yeah, we can give a little nickname honorary. I'll write it down.
And she wears 57 during the regular season, which is in honor of the Heinz ketchup, or Heinz 57 sauce.
Yeah, I like it. It's officially on the list.
She hit a grand slam in the regional tournament that I just mentioned. So Faith Tamba facing one of the biggest bats in this Pennsylvania lineup. She's the catcher for Pennsylvania. What do you think makes Tamba so hard to hit? Is it velocity?
Yeah, it starts with the velocity because you have to speed up your decision, but it's her precision with her location. And when she's at her best, she's number one locating that outside pitch, but it also has a little movement to it. It's got a little cut, little curve on the outside part of the plate, just like that. That one just ran up too much on her.
16 of her first 20 pitches have been strikes. Hines was on the World Series championship team, 12U last year, the Little League event in Greenville, North Carolina. Second baseman calling it off, Chua, and makes the catch. So one out. I love that little thing Chua does when she gets it put out. She throws the ball up like it's a jump ball in basketball. Pops it up in the air.
I'm telling you, seeing every little superstition or tradition or just small things that each team brings, whether it's their pregame or the way they huddle up, the way they celebrate a strikeout, it's been so much fun to watch that and kind of find what those intricacies are for every team. I mean, yesterday we were watching, was it Michigan that was doing the starfish after a strikeout?
After the strikeouts, you're right. Here's another world champion, Reagan Bills, her favorite athlete, Montana Fouts. Bills, a champion in the classroom as well. She's valedictorian of her 8th grade class this year, moving into high school now. She wears that 14 in honor of Montana Fouts. Tamba ahead in the count. Tamba with 1 strikeout so far. Nobody's gotten on base for Pennsylvania. John Ignacio, the home plate umpire, not giving her this strike.
Yeah, it's a little off,
Yeah.
but it's fun to see her like try and push the strike zone, right? Let's see how far I can get it called for a strike, and then work our way back. Pitch.
And goes up high with that pitch. And Bills chases it for the second Tamba strikeout. 2 outs.
I love when she goes up and in. Just perfectly placed, tight on the hands, a little upspin to it.
Lefty Cam Westover coming up to bat now. Future Dr. Westover wants to be a pediatric oncologist. Takes a big cut at that, just can't catch up with it. Penn State Nittany Lion fan. This team from the West Suburban Little League, Sidman, Pennsylvania area. Well, Palmera held the pitch, didn't get the call. One and two, more heat from Tamba. Tamba has struck out 2 of her last 3 batters faced. And gets another one. So Tamba strikes out 2 in a row to end the at-bat for Pennsylvania.
On the last.
And right now, Chua up to bat. This has been a pitcher's paradise so far. Good defense, good pitching.
Now we've got 2 close ball games here at Everest Park with Czechia and Washington in a 2-1 ball game over on field 2, and we've got a 0-0 ball game here going into the 3rd.
That just goes foul. The Czechia-Washington game's an elimination game. The winner of that game survives, and the loser of that game is out of the main competition. But the beauty of making the World Series is you get to stay. So they play what they call friendly games later in the week. So look at what's happening down there on field 2. That's the field just below ours.
Yeah, Troy Clardy and Kirk Walker on the call. Yeah, the home team, the host team, Washington, they're in the green. Czechia, they're in the purple.
Czechia traveling the 2nd farthest outside of the Philippines to make it here. They won the Europe-Africa division. Last year it was Italy. This year they beat Italy to get here. Chua hits that into center field. Bop gets under it, makes the catch.
That was kind of crazy. The hits for both fields happened almost the exact same time. That's how in sync we are here on, what is this, day 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty in sync now. We got a 1-run ball game and a 0-0 ball game, and we're hitting balls at the same time.
Play started on Sunday And the championship game Saturday afternoon here in Kirkland. Castillo up to bat. Castillo also a basketball player back home. If she won the lottery, she'd buy a house for her family. It's a nice thing to spin your lottery winnings on. There's a strike, good pitch by Bills.
That's got me thinking about the lottery, like what I would do with it.
Yeah. Still wait. Two strikes on Sirocco. Sirocco under 5 feet tall, 13 years old. Different strike zone here for Bills. Goes after that pitch.
Nice change of speeds there from Bills.
And Passilon, she was almost at third base. She took off in a hurry. She's the base runner out at second.
We haven't seen a bunt yet from the Philippines, which is saying something. They usually will show you one bunt an inning.
2 outs here in the top of the third, no score. Winner of this game will go to 3-1 in pool play and lock down a spot in bracket play. So the count now, Reagan Bills trying not to give up the walk here. It's full. She hasn't walked anyone yet. One strikeout for Bills.
It's a long at bat.
Yeah, Sirocco chasing that pitch.
9th pitch of the AB coming in.
Moments where they work with local handicapped children and try to teach them the game of softball. It's also a time when all 10 teams are sharing the field at once and get to mingle with each other. And they have so much fun being mentors, coaches, friends. It's a very special event. And there's the Southeast team. We know they dance. I'd put them at the top of the dance team.
Incredible.
Yeah, they very rarely hear a note of music and don't move. That is a Southeast team from North Carolina, just right outside of Charlotte.
They've got to be feeling pretty good, right? They've been
Undefeated.
very successful here at the World Series and looking good.
Sweeney takes a strike. Sweeney facing Tamba, who has struck out her last 2 batters. And a called strike, 0-2. Pennsylvania has yet to get a base runner on. It's just the 7th batter Tamba has faced. In the bottom of the 3rd inning. Sweeney. She taught herself how to play guitar. I'm amazed when people can teach themselves an instrument. That is hit hard to second base. Chua just could not field it cleanly. And there's the first base runner of the day. Kylie Sweeney is on. Ruled a hit for Sweeney.
Yeah, so that'll be the first hit of the ball game for Pennsylvania. And I understand it, the ball's hit hard. You know, if this was an older athlete, I would be maybe a little bit more critical of the footwork and clearing your hips a little bit so you can see that ball deep, but reward the hard hit from Sweeney.
Abby Clark up to bat now. First time a batter's been up with a runner on in front of them. And a called strike to Clark on the first pitch. Clark was involved in the final defensive play in their East Regional Championship. Made the final throw to secure a spot here in Kirkland. That is popped up. Chua is going to drift over behind first base and make this catch.
I'm a little surprised we didn't see any attempt at a sacrifice there. Just talking about that was the first hit, the first base runner, all in the same breath, and we know that Faith Tamba, without hesitation, is the most dominant pitcher here at the Junior League Softball World Series, and so you've got to figure out a way to get that runner into scoring position. An unproductive out for Pennsylvania.
Sweeney, the runner at first. Pinizzotto up to bat. Palmera's so solid behind the plate. You got to really pick a good moment to try to steal on her. Another good pitch from Tamba. One out here in this bottom of the third. Let's look at the balls and strikes for Tamba. Tamba threw it right where Palmera wanted her to.
Philippines, the outfield, they are way shifted over. You can see center fielder in Tira. She is almost right center. And look how deep Sirocco is out and right. I mean, she is way back there.
1-2 pitch to Pinizzotto. Struck her out. So 2 outs now, and still the runner on first for Pennsylvania.
This is just pure heat from Faith Tamba. A little bit of a missed spot, but man, she reared back and put some extra gas into that one. 2 strikes. She was like, I am hunting this strikeout.
She will face Jersey Bop now. He's done a good job out in center field defensively for Pennsylvania. Bop one day aspires to work for the Savannah Bananas. By the time she's old enough, she might be able to play for them. Also plays basketball, soccer. Called second strike. John Ignacio behind the plate, calling the balls and strikes today. Doing a great job. Bop behind in this count to Tamba, 0-2.
If Faith Tamba can get out of this, man, that's going to feel so good and just give you some extra juice as a pitcher. You give up that leadoff single, and then she has been able to just shut it down. See if she can get out of this last AB ahead 0-2.
That is hit hard into left field. Nice play by Diaz. Diaz makes the catch. Pennsylvania, though, the moral victory is they got one on, but no runs scored for either team so far. It'll be the Philippines' turn to try to get a run across when we come back.
always jinx it, but I'm going to say it anyway. No walks. And so she has done a phenomenal job getting through this Philippines lineup for the first time. She's only scattered 3 hits. Every time she has given up a single, she has found a way to respond. And I love the change of speeds that we've seen from Reagan Bills. She hasn't thrown a ton of changeups, but she's thrown about 1 every other batter just to get it in the heads of these Philippines hitters. Like, I do have it. I could use it.
Passion takes a strike. Passion is the 13th batter in the 14-batter continuous batting order. She swung after that one hard. Passion knows how to do sign language. Takes that outside. She's one of the new players on this Philippines team. Again, there's several players that returned from last year's team that made it here. Popped up to left field, and Pinizzotto makes the catch. 1 out. Philippines led by Liz Jalandani. Was here last year leading this team, a mother figure to so many of these players. It's fun to watch her coach too, just so positive. They all like to glance at her for her words of affirmation and instruction.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I've been watching Philippines now for a couple games, and the coaching staff, of course Liz at first base now, but they will switch back and forth whether Liz is coaching first base or last inning she was coaching third base. But wherever Coach Liz is, that is who the players are looking for. Yep. In terms of what am I going to do, what's my instruction. It's just kind of interesting. They go back and forth. There it is.
Good pitch from Bills.
That's that changeup. She just saves it right for the right moment. And it's been so effective. Every time that she has thrown it, it's been around the strike zone. We've seen some weak contact off the end of the bat.
Outside. Agon, the smallest player on this team, a big bat. Gets that bat around, makes contact, foul ball.
Yeah, it was kind of fun to watch the pregame ritual for the Philippines, and the teams were going through the player introductions, going through the lines, and when Michaela came up, every player put both of their hands straight up, kind of picking on her a little bit, like, come get our high fives. Like, that's just like the good team stuff that only your teammates can do to you.
Nice hit. Hits it right at Roberts. And Roberts pretty much automatic at shortstop. So 2 outs, but now we go back to the top of the Philippines batting order, and their leadoff batter, Audrey Colleen Matarong.
Audrey Colleen Matarong back in the box for
Matarong, big Sam Landry fan. It's that to third. Clark makes the throw. Nice. The first batter she will face is Kylie Ferguson. Ferguson, the second to last batter in their continuous batting order. They bring just 12 to the plate. And a strike right away. You don't want to mess with Ferguson. She's also a wrestler. She competes in wrestling as well as softball. She has a brother, Blake. I bet he has to watch his back. He's only 11. Good pitch from Tamba, 0-2. Tamba continues to impress. She did give up her first hit in the last inning. But that's the only base runner Pennsylvania's had. And a 3-pitch strikeout. 1 out.
And you just can't draw it up any better than that. Perfect pitcher's pitch, ball off the plate. But because Ferguson is down in the count 0-2, she has to expand her strike zone and just a little bit of tail with that curve. So pretty.
Ireland Scott up to bat now. She goes by I. Watches that pitch outside. Good eye.
See what you did there.
Wow. Nice pitch.
You can tell she prides herself on her location. I mean, you can count the number of misses from Faith Tamba. And I'm not talking balls, because balls will happen. I'm talking like big misses where it wasn't where she was intending to throw it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Not that she wasn't locked in yesterday. She very much was. But it's almost like a different level of focus for her today. She seems a lot more intense out there.
Well, the competitor is going to start to come out as this game progresses. 0-0. Yesterday, her team had some early offensive support. So not to say that it allows you to relax as a pitcher, but it's just human nature.
Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts. And now Pennsylvania will bring the top of the order to the plate. Cam Mash will be the next batter. Here's that last strikeout.
Strikeout number 6 for Faith, who leads all pitchers here at the Junior League World Series. No walks, just the 1 base hit.
Cam Mash up to bat, trying to get something started here for Pennsylvania. 2 outs, top of the 4th. And that gets through. Took a weird hop. Chua looked like she was right in front of it, and then it bounced sideways.
And she just overran it. It was a bad read. And inside out, overruns it, and then it hits off of her back foot. Trying to keep it in front of her, a little soccer move, just trying to do anything, but unfortunate for Faith Tamba because that should have been out number 3.
So we'll see if Pennsylvania can do something with it. They have a runner on first now. Roberts is up to bat. Roberts, coach's daughter. Dad Rick manages this team. So this is one of the most complete teams he's ever coached. Strike on the outside corner to Roberts. Roberts' cousin Aubrey made the final out in the Little League Softball World Series title game last year. Runner going. Good backup by Chua. So Mash will stay at second.
I like it. 2 outs. You've got to make something happen. And now you get anything to the grass, and it's going to allow Mash to score the first run of this ball game. Unfortunate for the Philippines. Palmera behind the plate. She was just caught sleeping a little bit. Too much hesitation.
That is hit right back up the middle. Pennsylvania is going to send the runner Tamba will cut off the throw, and Pennsylvania has scored. Cam Mash making it home from second base.
That's all they needed right there. Just a little something to the grass with the speed of Cam Mash in scoring position, 2 outs. Nice piece of hitting here from Roberts. Right back up the middle. And this ball was offline. Faith Tamba, you could see her cut it. If that is a better throw and there's a little bit more momentum from Intira out in center field, we could have seen a play at the plate, but she kind of stayed back. The throw didn't come in with a ton of velocity. And what a huge moment for Pennsylvania to grab the lead.
Yeah, Faith Tamba has just been dominant in the circle and now gives up a run. And Coach Gelandani coming out to talk to her infield.
Well, in a game like this, it's going to come down to the tiniest of things, and it was the 2-out error by Chua at second base that allowed Mash to get on base, and then you have to credit Pennsylvania for being aggressive with that stolen base.
Roberts still on first as the base runner. O'Rourke is the batter, and she came up the first time. I told you about her power. She was 4 for 4 with 2 over the fence home runs in one of their regional tournament games. She definitely has the ability to get Roberts around here. 2 outs. Tamba comes right back with an 0-2 count.
O'Rourke, she already has 4 hits in this World Series, which leads her team. This is the hitter they want at the plate right now.
It's the bottom of the 4th in this 7-inning game. O'Rourke pops that up. Chua will come over and make the catch. So the East scoring a run against Faith Tamba and the Philippines, and after 4, it's 1-0.
The pitcher's duel.
Warm-up pitches in, is now into the game as the second pitcher.
Yeah, so 2 completely different stories, with Faith Tamba being the only pitcher we have seen for the Philippines, giving it all she's got every single pitch, to Pennsylvania going to 2 arms that really haven't seen any work. We saw Reagan Bills get the start for the first time in this World Series, and now turning the ball over to Scott, who's only thrown 1 inning this week.
Philippines will bring their 2, 3, and 4 hitters to the plate. Behar got a hit in her first at bat. And now facing Ireland Scott for the first time. Behar's special talent is solving puzzles. Takes a strike. That is hit right back up the middle for a single. So the Philippines go to work right away, and Behar is safely on at first.
There is action in the bullpen for Pennsylvania. We talked about how deep this bullpen is. I'm curious how long they will let Scott go. This is a very important game, and they have 2 arms. I'm thinking about O'Rourke and Pinizzotto. That, to me, is kind of their ace-1, ace-2 combination.
Barlita, the batter. Behar is down at first with a lot of speed on the bases. Barlita, one of the veterans on this team, was here last year, 15 now. There's the East bullpen right now. They've got some action there, as you mentioned. That's Kylie Ferguson.
Okay, so that is not O'Rourke or Pinizzotto. They're just throwing us all off.
Yeah.
But I love it. 6 arms in rotation for Pennsylvania.
That's hit sharply, and that gets through. Roberts could not make a play on it, so back-to-back hits for the Philippines. Base runners at first and second now with no outs.
And this is the heart of the order for the Philippines. So if they're going to make a move offensively, it's got to be now. This is a very long lineup. The Philippines, they bring 14 to the plate. And so you're top of the lineup, your best bats, it's going to be a long wait to get them at the plate. And here's that opportunity with 2 on and no outs.
Palmera this year with the first home run of her career, so she can go deep. It's that at Roberts. Roberts trying to get the force at third and does. So a good recovery from Roberts to get the force out, 1 out with the runners at first and second.
And so in hindsight, this would have been a great opportunity for a sacrifice bunt because this is now an unproductive out for the Philippines. What a play by Roberts. That's now back-to-back hard balls hit her way, and she's able to just keep it in front of her, keep her composure, get that force out at third base.
Tamba up to bat, trying to be the hero at the plate instead of in the circle right now. Runners are at first and second for the Philippines, 1 out. Tamba hits it hard. They get the force at second. Runner advances to third, 2 outs. So Tamba off the fielder's choice is safe at first.
And Roberts is working over there at short. If I was Pennsylvania, I would make a pitching change right now because I'm just looking down at my scorebook. And yes, there's only 2 hits out of the 4 batters, but all of those balls have been put in play, hard hits, spraying the field. And you know that runs aren't going to be at a premium when you're facing Faith Tamba. They do have the 1-0 lead. You've got to find a way to protect it.
Rick Roberts, the manager of this team, his daughter Bryn's the one that's been anchoring down that shortstop position. Doesn't look like he's ready to make the change yet. Umpires are having a meeting just next to the circle as well, while Hines talks to the pitcher. And umpires are walking over toward the Philippines. That's where the review headset is.
Do we have a challenge? Would it be from the Philippines?
Umpire Iggy going for the replay to make sure that we get the call correct.
Well, I guess the only thing they'd challenge is that play at second base.
But it was interesting because I didn't see the challenge sign from any coaching staff member from the Philippines. There wasn't like a timeout where any conversation was had.
Yesterday we had an umpire-initiated review.
We did.
So maybe that's it.
I mean, it was a close play.
Yeah.
And this is the inning for Philippines with the top of their lineup. This play will, if this is the play that is being challenged, this will stand. This will be an out.
So this is called out.
It's fun to see a couple more looks from Roberts. Getting on her knees, getting dirty.
Barlita diving into the base.
Yeah, it's close, but it's an out.
So again, you get 2 incorrect challenges for the regulation 7-inning game. If you go to an extra inning, you get an additional challenge. And over on the other field, the local team, Kirkland, just taking the lead right there against the Czech Republic.
Yeah, we could hear a lot of noise from field 2. We just didn't know what was going on. Okay, look at Kirkland. This is a close game over there between Washington and Czechia. Okay, bottom of the 6th. What a ball game.
Always good when the home team does well.
Well, you can just tell the cheers a little bit more amplified.
Yeah.
I can always tell when Washington is playing because the parking lot is a little bit more full. It's hard to find a spot.
So call is confirmed. And assuming that was the Philippines that asked for that review, they would lose a challenge. They'll be down to 1 remaining. So they still have runners on first and third. Diaz is the batter. A base hit would tie the game.
Well, Diaz did have a base hit in her last AB in the second. It was off of Reagan Bills. Scott for Pennsylvania now in the circle.
Nice pitch. Scott just coming into the game at the start of this inning. Replace Reagan Bills. Bills could come back into the game later. That's outside, 2-1. So 2-2. Philippines with 2 base runners on.
And if Pennsylvania can get out of this, you've got to take that momentum into your dugout offensively and use it to fire you up.
Winner of this game will be 3-1 in pool play. That's a ball, good stop by Hines. Thomas going to take second. So the runner's now second and third for Philippines.
Best pitcher in our Junior League World Series here in Kirkland. Strikeout queen. She's got 6 on the day.
Only given up 2 hits. The run was unearned. And now going back to work against Addie Hines. Addie Ketchup Hines takes a ball up high. Hines also a volleyball player, basketball player. There's 2 pitches, balls for Tamba. That's unusual. Hines not swinging the bat so far. There's the balls to strikes ratio. It's just incredible how consistent Tamba hits the strike zone.
Oh, Washington up 5-3 now. 7th inning, so last AB here for Czechia.
It's on the right side of your screen, that other field. Popped up, shortstop, calls everybody off. Matterong makes the right play. And so 1 out.
Both of those teams, Czechia and Washington, looking for their first win of the World Series.
Here on this field, both these teams are 2-1 in pool play, trying to get to 3-1. Today's the final day of pool play. We start bracket play tomorrow. The game on field 2 is an elimination game. Whoever loses that game is out of the tournament. Stepping in now is Reagan Bills for the East.
It's a good start for Czechia. Get that runner on base. Tying run coming to the plate.
We'll keep you updated on that game. We'll see one of those teams tomorrow.
I would love to call 2 games at once, see if we can do it. Just give us a challenge.
We were doing it just then.
I know, let's do it.
You were doing that field, I was doing this field.
I feel like attention spans nowadays, it's kind of where we need to be anyway.
Tamba with the strikeout of Reagan Bills. 2 outs.
Number 7 on the day for Faith, and this is her just patented curveball on the outside part of the plate. location to perfection.
Cam Westover up to bat. She struck out against Tamba in her last at bat. This is the second time through the Pennsylvania batting order. What a pitch.
Westover, the only lefty in this lineup for Pennsylvania, just giving Faith a little bit of a different look. She can kind of let that arm side pitch run away and upstairs, whereas versus a righty may not have as much room. Ooh. Okay, I was like, hey.
Got it on the corner.
It's a little late call. My bad. It's rushing you blue.
Palmera. Yep.
I'm like, give me all the softball. It's a good game over there. I want to watch it. I want to be a part of it.
And we'll lose one of those teams today. So we have Philippines up now. They need to get the bats going. Scott stays in the circle. And that's a good start. An infield single for Intira. So she's reached base in both at bats today.
We'll see if the Philippines can do what the Czechia is doing right now, coming from behind. We're getting late in both games. We're in the 7th inning on the right, here in the 6th on our field. Ooh, look at this. Little gap shot. Czechia taking the lead. No way.
Runner will go down to second.
Wow. Obviously, Washington will have home at bats. We'll try and walk it off now. All right. Thanks, guys. That was fun.
Interesting defensive substitution here for the East. Roberts is no longer at shortstop. Reagan Bills has moved over to short. Hermino up to bat for the Philippines. Runner on first, or at second now, excuse me. There's the bunt. You've been wanting that bunt, Kenzie.
I have.
So they move the runner over to third. One out. So we'll see if the Philippines can tie the score here with Chua coming up to bat and the runner on third.
Wow, you have Faith Tamba in the circle. You're playing for one run. Of course, you're down one, so you're playing for two to take the lead, but you've got to have one to stay alive in this ball game. And a bunt gets your teammate over 60 feet away from scoring a run and tying this thing up.
Just one out. Ball up high to Chua. Chua swinging, and they hold the runner at third, even though it gets past Hines, the catcher.
Ooh, there's a lot of pressure on Intira as the runner at third base. You have to be just so smart with your decisions. And you want to be leading actually a little bit late. Make sure you don't get doubled off. There's so much to protect about that runner at third base.
There's the bunt, and it will go foul.
It was a safety squeeze, so Intira was not on the move. She was kind of hanging back at third base. I think they were just trying to see if Chua could get herself on via the bunt, maybe make the defense make an extra throw, put the pressure on the D.
Bunt just had too much backspin on it. So 1-2 the count to Chua, the runner at third, one out.
Ooh, that's a tough take.
2-2.
It is a ball, but like I'm not comfortable taking it. It's close.
big at bat here for Philippines. Trying to get this run across and tie the score. The top of the 6th. And a nice pitch. Scott takes matters into her own hands and gets the strikeout.
Well, Scott came on in relief in the 5th inning. She gave up a couple of singles, and she was able to get herself out of a jam, and she is in another jam right now. What a time for her first strikeout of the World Series.
Castillo up to bat, runner still on third, 2 outs. Goes after the first pitch, strike 1.
You know, Sam, it's kind of interesting. You look at the score box right now, and the Philippines, 6 hits on the day versus Pennsylvania only has 2.
Yeah.
And it's just the difference right now is Pennsylvania had the timely hit, and Philippines, they have not been able to find it.
Castillo hits it to Clar, and Clar makes a solid play at third to keep that run from scoring. So good D by Pennsylvania. Clinging to a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Philippines have stranded 6 runners on base. They just haven't been able to get one of them across. And that is hit hard out into right field. It bounces off of Sirocco's glove, but it'll only be a hit for Sweeney. She could not get any further than first.
Well, that'll go down as an error. I mean, that is in her glove, catch all day. And it's kind of just been this type of game for Faith Tomba in the circle. Anytime that there's been a ball put in play, the defense, which is usually so sure-handed for the Philippines, been letting her down a couple of times.
Clar the batter, Sweeney's on first. Sweeney's gotten on base both of her at-bats today. She's been really the most consistent hitter for Pennsylvania. Clar up to bat now. Way behind on that Tomba pitch, 0-2.
Well, we know that Pennsylvania is not going to sacrifice. We've had a couple of opportunities that I'm thinking, okay, it's time for a bunt, and they just will not do it. See if they can put something in play and keep that pressure on the defense.
Take it away, Kenzie.
All right. Ooh, Czechia, last time we checked in, they were up 6-5, so putting some more insurance up on the board. Bases are loaded, and Washington gets out of it. They need 2 to tie that game up, keep it alive. Last at-bats are incoming for the host team.
Good job.
Thank you. I've been hanging out with you too much.
Abby Clar up to bat here on this field. And a runner on first for Pennsylvania. They're trying to add to their lead. This is a crucial at bat for them. Philippines will get one more chance to try to tie or take the lead in the next at bat. That's going to be foul. Margin's just so thin in this game.
Yep. And this is just good softball, right? When it's the tiniest of things that is the difference maker. It's an error here. It's not getting a productive out there. A clutch hit with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position.
0-2 pitch to Sweeney. Grounder to Chua. She'll go to second. They can't turn the double, but she gets the lead runner, Sweeney. And Clar will be on first. 1 out.
Nice job by Chua. That's a little bit of a tricky play with that runner coming right in front of you. You have to make sure your throw is on line. It was.
Pinizzato, the batter now for Pennsylvania. Takes a big cut. Pinizzato wears that number 9. That was her mom's college number. Her mom is a travel softball coach. It's a strike. 0-2.
Love that spot. It's a great take by Pinizzotto, who's a pitcher herself. Just respect a good pitcher's pitch and an 0-2 count. Love the deep breath.
And Pinizzotto goes down swinging. 2 outs.
Oh, this is just straight gas on the outer half. Come get it. You see the frustration from Pinizzotto. That's her second strikeout against Faith Tomba.
Jersey bop up to her to try to keep this inning alive for Pennsylvania. Fouls that off. We have a runner, Abby Carr at first base. Jersey, big Michael Jackson fan. I wonder if she saw that movie, Michael, this year. It's a
I
great
still
movie.
haven't seen it. Is it good?
Oh, it's so good.
I need to watch it. I need to get my act together. Once this softball stuff ends, I'll have lots of time to watch movies.
Bop hits that into shallow center field. It will drop. And they get the runner at second. Clark had come off the base, and they got her. And Pennsylvania is going to challenge this to make sure.
You can see where Clark, she just overruns this, trying to get back in. I think this will be a good challenge from Pennsylvania. At that point, it's not a force. You have to have a tag. And you can see how deep Intira was playing. If she's playing normal depth, that she comes up with the out. A little bit of an awkward slide going into second base. The foot doesn't go to the front of the bag. It actually goes to the very top of it.
It's kind of a lunge.
Yeah. Just late getting down. Right there, foot on the base, tag not applied. But then is the foot staying on the base? So it's a little bit interesting if you have a defender who's keeping the glove on the runner and the foot is kind of having a hard time getting back to the base and it comes up. You can sneak it out that way. I just don't see that. Foot on the base there, and she stays on the base. Ooh, that's close, though. I think this will be our first overturn, and I feel confident about it.
Philippines were unsuccessful in a challenge earlier in the game, so they have one more left. This is Pennsylvania's first one. And with the margin so thin in this game, it's worth it. If you can keep the base runners out there, keep them out.
You see you, Jersey. Lead the group. Keep the whole team going. Come on.
So the call was out at second base. If the call stands, that would be the third out.
That's where the inside base
While you're a coach, you can get Asia Pacific to dance 52. Come on, Jersey, get him going. You're in.
That was there. It was a bar school.
Everyone's anticipating, is it going to be a call for us or is it a call for them?
It's a big
Meanwhile,
call.
I'm up here going, this should be safe. All right, so Washington, last at bats, 2 outs and 2 on. Oh man, I'm stressed. I am stressed. Czechia fighting all the way back to take the lead. What happened here? Little ground ball up the middle. Oh, she couldn't come up with it. Kept it in front of her. We've got drama here on both sides, and I am loving it.
So if the call's overturned, we play on with Pennsylvania up to bat. If it's confirmed, Philippines will be coming up.
Is this it? Out number 3? Yes, it is. Oh, no way. I think that was an out, yeah. She got that out twice almost. Ball game for Czechia. That might be the game of the tournament so far. Wow. All right, it looks like we have our call. I'm taking a look, watching this play. She might have a challenge over on that field too. I'm watching this again. Out, but did she secure it in her glove? Maybe? All right, what do we have? There we go.
So the call is overturned. Pennsylvania will keep their 2 challenges, and they will still keep their at-bat as well. 2 outs. And they'll have 2 on.
Meanwhile, Czechia advancing to the championship bracket. So congratulations to our Europe, Africa region rep coming in, getting that clutch W. We'll see you tomorrow.
Ferguson, the batter here on this field, goes after that pitch. Strike 1. Pennsylvania threatening to add to their 1-run lead, but there are 2 outs. Philippines will have 1 more opportunity to try to catch or surpass Pennsylvania. There's it, first and second for Pennsylvania. Had a good pitch from Tamba, 0-2.
Ferguson going way out of the zone, trying to protect.
Tamba's trying to take matters into her own hands here and not have the ball hit to the defense. Go ahead and get the strikeout herself. 0-2 with 2 outs. And that is sliced into right field. Pennsylvania will score another run. Pennsylvania makes the most of their second chance, and they lead 2-0. Kylie Ferguson with the clutch hit.
That's what this game has been for Pennsylvania today. It has been clutch. Just the 3rd hit of the ball game against Faith Tom, but every time there has been a hit, it's been in this type of a moment. An RBI single, 2 outs, down 0-2, and she's finding a way. Runner scoring easily from second base after the challenge.
Runners at first and third now. Ireland Scott up to bat, swings on the first pitch, strikes. Still 2 on for Pennsylvania in this bottom of the 6th. Just added an insurance run.
And you feel for Faith Tamba, looking down at my scorebook, both innings where Pennsylvania has been able to push a run across, there has been an error in the inning that has allowed that run to come around to score. When you're in a pitcher's duel like this, you have to play the cleanest of defenses.
Strike 3, so Tamba gets the strikeout, and the game comes down to this next at-bat. Philippines have to score 2 runs to keep the game going. Pasilan trying to get something going here, hits it sharply to first, and O'Rourke steps on the bag for the first out.
Always the most important out in the 7th inning. The adrenaline's going, everyone's a little bit more tense. You know that you have the lead. Sometimes it's just hard to get that first out. It's a big one.
Sirocco up to bat, trying to get the rally going here for Philippines. Takes a strike. That's on the ground. Ferguson underhands it. Got her. 2 outs.
Yeah, coming in, Ferguson, and just doing her job, just keeping the ball low in the zone. 2 quick ground ball outs. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. Come in, slow this game down, give Philippines a different look. See if we can walk away with a win.
So the game comes down to this next at bat. Going after that first pitch. And that'll do it. Pennsylvania with a well-managed game. Just took advantages of the few opportunities they had. And they come away with a 2-0 win over Philippines and move to 3-1